Good morning and welcome to the Dynamic Hour. Again, I want to say to the folks on Facebook and YouTube to please share the live. Sharing is caring. And I want to start off this morning by saying I am using my phone to actually do the streaming. I'm using my phone to do the streaming. So that is something that you need to understand. There are a number of people who think that I have some speech impediment, but it's just the quality of the audio. The quality of the audio, that is the challenge I have. And I want to, at this point, go ahead and share the live. So let me attempt to share the live for a moment there. Let me try to share the live for a moment. Because, I'm using my phone to do the live program. All right, so it would sound a kind of way, as people would say, for now. All right, just saying it's not a problem. I'm not having any speech impediment or any challenge. It is just that the the audio, the audio. I don't know if you can give me a little signal as to whether the audio is okay on your end, if you're hearing me on your end properly, because the last 2 or 3 programs, persons were complaining that they're not hearing me as clearly as possible, and I sound somewhat different when I spoke. So if you're hearing me, if you're listening to me, following me live at this point in time, it will be appreciated if you can at least tell me whether you're hearing me clearly. And if you're not, don't take it as a problem because, right, so somebody's saying it's good. Good morning, everyone. Audio is fine. Right, so just kind of giving you a little insight there because what was happening previously, I went into settings and I did some little changes. But just saying again, the reason why you're hearing me that way for the last 2 or 3 programs I did, even the interview with Junior George, that one came across as though it was somewhat in slow motion or as though I had a speech impediment when that was not the case. That was definitely not the case. So I want to let me just hold this a little closer here. Right. So I want to say I'm still in the United States of America. I am back in New York. Yesterday, I had the opportunity to go to Virginia, and it was really wonderful there. I want to thank Lennox Adonis for his kind hospitality and love, and the team. They have always been very good to me. I want to thank them. I've been to Maryland, right? I've been to Maryland also, and I want to thank the team there who accommodated me and who treated me kindly. Because you see, great many people want to know how they can help and how they can connect, right? How they can, you know, be a part of the transformation agenda, how they can mobilize and organize and prepare themselves for that great return once the election is imminent, once the election is close. So it's so, so important to be able to communicate, to be able to work with our brothers and sisters in the diaspora for that great return. Because I say to people, the next election will be like a movie. It will be like a movie. There are a lot of people who believe what they believe, but they are not living in reality. They are not. So they're all excited with the announcement by Jonathan Lacrette. I mean, in fact, they're getting an orgasm over the announcement that Jonathan Lacrette is starting a party or a party. This doesn't move me, all right? It doesn't move me. Because you will hear between now and the next election 3 or 4 people starting parties or party or posy, or whatever you want to call it. All right. In Grenada, it's a 2-party system. You have the NNP, you have the NDC. The NDC is a more organized party with one leader who has vision, who is focused, who is intelligent, and who is trying every day to better the living standard and conditions of our people, the most honorable Deacon Mitchell. And he's fixed on his agenda to transform Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. The NNP is in chaos. The NNP has instability. The NNP has serious problems that they have to deal with. All right? So it's a 2-party system. It is a 2-party system. All these third parties and so on. Look, let me tell you something. Grenadians are not stupid. Grenadians vote for leaders. It is clear-cut. All right? Jonathan Lacrette was in government. He had the opportunity, if he wanted to make changes and if he wanted to help people and that kind of stuff, he could have done that. I mean, the guy is overambitious. He's overzealous. He seemed to be hungry for power, and that caused his downfall. Because I believe the other side was on the fringes, giving him that thinking that they would treat him better and that X and Y would come his way, but that did not materialize. The guy is disappointed. He's disappointed. But many people started political parties. Winty, Frederick, he started a political party. In fact, he promised a bridge from Grenada to Carriacou. May his soul rest in peace. Mark Bonnet, yeah. He had some GOD. May his soul rest in peace. He too no longer around. Glenys Roberts, she started enough. That too, the political party was buried in the Grenadian cemetery. Then you had Francis Alexis with PLM. I mean, Francis Alexis politically is irrelevant in this day and age. He's like Gulp. He's like Michael, but he's fighting for Gulp, GULP. When Gary actually he was buried with GULP in 1997, somewhere thereabout, in the Center Cemetery. So there were so many political parties that came and none of them survived except NNP and NDC. So there are the 2 political parties in Grenada. Right? It's kind of simple like that. And anybody could start a party. Anybody. Or a posy or a party. Right? Anybody could have that. But there are pundits, political pundits, who get in an orgasm over Jonathan Lacrette. I mean, Jonathan Lacrette is a non-player in the politics in the country. He ran against Keith Mitchell. He was badly beaten. And if you had spoken to him after that licks he got, he will still tell you that he could win the constituency. He's overambitious. He was overzealous. Right? So, look, I wish the guy all the best. But I am seasoned enough. I have been in the politics of Grenada long enough to know that this thing ain't going anywhere. Right? It's just hot air. You may not even hear about him in the next 3 or 4 months politically. All right? It's just what it is. It's just what it is. Peter will launch his party sometime in September, October, something thereabout. It's what it is. All right? Everybody believes that he can launch a party and win, or launch a party and get into parliament. They believe so. All right? But they would not have any serious impact on the upcoming election because you're dealing with a populist party and prime minister who's loved by the people, who's delivering for the people, the most honorable Deacon Mitchell. And as a result, by his actions, the amount of good things he's doing for people, that would cause all the little third party, fourth party, fifth, sixth, and seventh parties, that would cause them to be irrelevant, right? And that would even bury the NNP. because people are seeing things being done that they never saw or envisioned will be done in Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. So anybody who has a little political sense would know, all right, would know that the NDC will be there for a long time. And if you're a business person, or if you're anybody who wants to invest in a party or to give to a party, thinking that you would get dividend or returns on it, you would not put your money with NNP or with Jonathan Lacrette or with Peter or any one of them, right? You want to invest in a party that is futuristic and one that would be in power for a long time. And the NDC is that choice, all right? But folks, I am not getting an orgasm over any new party coming on the scene. We have seen it in Trinidad. We will see it in Jamaica. We will see it in Barbados. We will see it in nearly all the small islands. It is a two-party system, and that will carry on for a very, very long time. Because your mother and your mother and your mother, all they know is those parties, right? You had GULP, that Michael Baptiste, who's a political derelict, right? Michael Baptiste is like one of those old cars parked up on the side of the road, politically, with no engine, no wheels, but still believe it could be driven or it's roadworthy. And then the RGPF come and put some signage on it to go to the scrap yard, to be scrapped, to be crushed. When Michael Baptiste and Tobias Clement, they're political derelicts. They're out of touch with reality. They're not relevant for this time. It's like black and white TV, right? It's analog. It's not smart. They're not politically smart. So they're a non-entity in this space called politics, right? And that I know. So GULP, they were fighting for it. And we saw most of those GULP went into NNP, all right? Because, the NNP was pushing this geary thing and the poor and vulnerable and that kind of thing. But the majority of Grenadians are kind of more progressive, independent, driven by, quite a number of positive things, and they want to see their lives transformed. They want independence, financially and otherwise. They don't want to be dependent on politicians and so on. So we're dealing with a different set of people, right? It's a two-party state. It's a two-party system. The NNP, they're fighting, and even their meetings are poorly attended. The events are poorly attended. In fact, the other event here in New York, and it was more or less a bust. They just can't get the numbers. People are not gravitating towards them. I came to New York and I had an event, and it had far more people than they ever dreamed of, right? And I am not in frontline politics. I am not running for anything. I am supporting the transformation agenda. I am an acolyte of the most honorable Deacon Mitchell because I believe he's progressive. I believe he means well, and Grenada will be transformed under him. And I support him 100%. Right? I will defend him in any space, anywhere. I will defend him and the NDC and the party because I believe the government is doing well and they mean well and they have a plan to transform the country. So the NNP, they had something here and they bust. And they having something soon again and it will bust again. I think some $100 thing. It will bust. People are not gravitating towards them. But when I roll in tongue, you see, crowds come, people want to see me, people want to engage me. It's just big. It's what it is. So I want to take the opportunity to thank the following people. You know, I'm always eternally grateful to the people who support me, who help me directly and indirectly. But I want to thank the people who directly assisted me. Firstly, I want to thank God Almighty for giving me the strength, for giving me the good health and the determination, the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding to persevere, to do what I continue to do. Thank you. I want to thank God Almighty first and foremost for life, for health, for strength, for wisdom, for knowledge, for understanding, for good friends, right? I want to thank Him sincerely. I want to thank Michael Thomas for housing me. He has always been a very good friend and brother. Once I'm in New York, he would say straight out, "Man, you have a place that you can stay." I want to thank Michael Thomas sincerely, right? He has been and continue to be a very good friend and brother. I want to thank Yvette Alexander. Yvette Alexander, she has always been there. She and her husband for me. I want to thank you, Yvette. You're a darling. I want to thank Real Mitch. Real Mitch, you're a general. You're a general, Real Mitch. I want to thank you and your wife, Ermin. You'll have been there for me through thick and thin. Kyron, that's his real name. Kyron Mitchell. Real Mitch, that's how I call him. Thank you sincerely, my brother, for your continued support and guidance and assistance. I want to thank Glenroy Bettel. Well, you know, he has been a very firm and committed supporter of what I do, and I want to thank him sincerely. He's a dear brother. I want to thank Norma Joseph, the wife of Leo Joseph. You're a darling. Thank you for what you continue to do for me. I can knock on your doors, I can call on you at any time, and you will be there. And folks, I'm calling the names not in any order, but just calling the names of the people who I want to thank personally. I want to thank Tweet. You know, Tweet, his brother Andy, and everybody else. I want to thank them for their continued support. You all have always been there for me. All right. I want to thank my aunt, Catherine Peters. I want to thank her husband, Alistair Peters. I want to thank her son. Well, I call him Baby Lou, but it's Avil Peters. I want to thank him sincerely. And there's a lot of Catherine. Catherine Alexander, I want to thank you, you and your husband. Thank you, Catherine. Catherine Boris, the basement. I want to thank you, Catherine, sincerely. I want to thank Stephen Backley and his wife, Kathleen. Thank you very much. I want to thank Julie. Julie, thank you very much. You're a darling, Julie. Julie Bettel. I want to thank Cavell Alexander, and her husband, Ralston. All right, and I mentioned Glenroy Bettel. I want to thank Glenroy Bettel and his wife. Right, they've been very, very good to me. I want to thank Alwyn Thompson. You know, Alwyn is a dear brother of mine. When I come to New York, I have no problem for transportation. He goes everywhere with me. Alwyn Thompson. Thank you. Thank you, Alwyn. You're a brother. You're a general. Even in Grenada, when COVID time you came by to help distribute the hampers, you left New York, you came down, you had your vehicle, you go all about with me. You're a general, Alwyn Thompson. All right, during the campaign, 3 months before you came down to campaign for the NDC, you were there with me, thick and thin. You're a general. You're a general, Alwyn. You're a good gentleman. You're a brother. You're a friend. I want to thank Jason Jeremiah. Jason, you're just a brother, and you have always been a brother. Jason Jeremiah, he came on board with me because, you know, he's a progressive gentleman. You know, he and the Most Honorable Deacon Mitchell and you know, close friends there. They are tight buddies from day one. Childhood go all the way up. But this brother, I stayed at his place in Long Island. He also gave me a place here in New York to house the Honorable Ron Redhead, to house the Honorable Ian Thomas. You know, Jason, I love you and I appreciate you. I can call on you for assistance at any time. Lieutenant Jason Jeremiah, he's a lieutenant here in New York, in NYPD. He's a really, really good friend. And I want to give you your flowers, brother. Thank you sincerely. Thank you. Thank you. Daryl, my cousin Daryl. Thank you, Daryl. You're a general. Thank you. You've always been there for me. I want to thank Pearl, David, and her husband. Ace, step in. Stefan, thank you very much. I want to thank Pamela, Pam. I want to thank Rockin' J. Thank you very much, sincerely. I want to thank you. I want to thank Miss McIntosh, Verilyn McIntosh, for the place, for affording me the opportunity to use her venue. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I want to thank all the people, and maybe I miss out somebody on that list. Maybe, just maybe. But I want to thank all the people who came by, who prepared food, right? Who offered to help in any way possible. I want to thank you. I want to thank the DJs. Thank you. I want to thank everyone who assisted me, who made this event a success. Thank you. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. You have always been there for me when I call on you. And in some instances, I don't have to call on you. You will volunteer. You would ask, how can I help? How can I make this thing a success? I am eternally grateful to you. I am thankful to you. The people of New York, you have always supported what I do. And you know, I would express my appreciation openly to you. I have met along the way, I mean, here in New York, so many people going, eating, drinking, laughing, having a wonderful time with you. I've been on the ball every day, every night, right? In fact, a friend called me, she said, Kem Jones, slow down, boy, slow down. 3, 4 venues a night. And that's the love. That's the love that the people here in New York have for me. That's the love that is every day for me here in New York, New York, New York. So thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, thank you. The people who came out in their numbers. Yesterday, Perry made the statement on Ride Along that, where were the young people and the young people and the young people to come out to the event? This guy does not understand reality. The people who came to the event are the people who has the spending power and the time to come to celebrate with me. It was ram-packed, right? And the drinks, I mean, the bar bus. We had to get a mobile bar and get some more stuff. I mean, come on. Yeah, it's what it is. These are the people. They love me. The people of New York, young, middle-aged, senior, I mean, they are in love. You see, Kem Jones is a nice gentleman. Let me toot my own horn. I don't put my one foot in the water and one in the sand. I am all in, and they know that. All right. So again, I want to thank those who supported, who gave, it's just love. I'm still in New York. I'm still in New York. So if you want to make a donation, if you want to support, if you want to link up, please do. All right. I'm still in New York. In fact, a good friend messaged me this morning saying, hey, Kem, I couldn't make it, but I have 200 US for you. Can you pick it up? All right. Can you link up and pick it up? And, that's the love. Another friend sent me a message. Kem, I want to sell something to you, but how can I sell something to support you and to keep things going? Right? It's what it is. I am saying, folks, thank you. Thank you sincerely. And I appreciate you. And I love you. Because you have always been there for me. No matter what, thick, thin, you have always been there for me. Thank you. Thank you. No matter how the NNP attacked me, no matter what they say. In fact, before I came to New York, There is this guy who was badly beaten by my young pal and brother. There was this news going around that he would come up to New York and try to stop it, or try to put some mud in the water. Then you have this Ziggy guy. I mean, the guy is a political lunatic, right? Saying certain things. Well, Modi says Modi thing turn out successful. Every time they try to attack or to go after me, the mistake they're making is that they make anything more successful. They help anything more. So continue. Continue. All right? So, folks, I want to thank you again, and I want to say to you, we will continue to do what we must do as we forge ahead. All right? As we forge ahead. It's Carriacou time. All right? So remember, on June the 1st, on June the 1st, sorry, 21st, on June the 21st, June 1st gone already. On June the 21st, we are going up to Carriacou with the 2 Ospreys. We have tickets. It's 100 EC. So you have tickets. You can pick it up at Ricky's Bar on Hillsborough Street in St. George's. And if you message me or you WhatsApp me, I can give you the number. You can go pick up the tickets there. It's $100. It's going fast, but I want to encourage you, if you have not yet gotten your tickets, it's a good opportunity to get your tickets. All right? So we're going up to Carriacou and celebrate with the Honorable Tevin Andrews and to have a wonderful time. So we leave in the morning on June the 21st. We go up to Carriacou. We go around, we sightsee. Then we go on Paradise Beach, drinks, food, music. I mean, it will be a fantastic time. You can bathe, you can interact. It's a real vibes. And then we come back down to Grenada at 10, just a little after 10 p.m. All right? Thank you, Yvonne. All right, Yvonne. Also, thank you, Yvette Alexander. You know, Yvette is just a nice darling, a good energy, a good vibes. She and her husband. You know, every now and then I meet people that I fall in love with, who are kind, who are genuine, who show agape love to you, who wants the best for you. Yvette Alexander is one of those persons. All right? Yeah. So just saying, we are going to Carriacou. I have the tickets. You can pick up your ticket by Ricky in St. George's. Remember, the 21st of June is not far away. All right? It's not far away. Buy the tickets. Buy the tickets $100. We're going up with the Osprey and coming back now with the Osprey. It's on the 21st. All right? That's not far away. Today's already what, the 4th? Today's the 4th, I think. All right? Thursday, Friday. Yes. So again, I want to encourage you to buy the tickets and be a part of this. We're going to Carriacou to celebrate with our brother, the Honorable Tevin Andrews. You know, we've always done that. It's called the return. It's called the return. The excursion, it's called the return. We're going back post-burial to see what he has done in Carriacou for the people there. And we're going to celebrate. So I want to encourage you, buy your tickets. We have tickets. In fact, I have ticket even with me here in New York. Because I know you have 1 or 2 people who linked me up and said they're coming down and they want a couple of tickets. So I have tickets with me here in New York. If you want tickets for the excursion to Carriacou. All right? So I'm looking forward to you being a part of this. So we have tickets. We have tickets. So please support this. If you have a group, if you have friends, you want to go up, come on. I have tickets at Ricky's Bar in St. George's. You can pick up your ticket there. Or if you holler at me, if you message me, I can keep your ticket for you. I can reach you because you have to pay before the event, right? 1 week before the event, you have to pay for the ticket 1 week before the event. So first week, so when that 1 week would be. So we have, so the 21st, 7 days from that would what? Be the 14th. So by the 14th of this month, you should have already paid for your ticket and have your ticket. All right? By the 14th of this month, you should have already paid for your ticket and have your ticket in your possession. It's $100 easy for the ticket. So if you know you're going, you have to do that. It is important that you purchase your ticket before the 14th of June. All right, looking forward to seeing you. A number of people have purchased tickets already. I want to believe that we're almost close to completing one boatload, one Osprey. All right, so we're kind of going into the new one, the other Osprey. So if you have not yet purchased your ticket, buy up your ticket. And the constituencies, I want to encourage you. You may have groups, you may have people in there. Use your organizing skills to get people to come and be a part of this, to come up to Carriacou. All right? That would be really good. So again, I want to encourage you. We have tickets at Ricky's Bar in St. George's, the bar that I'm always at on Hillsborough Street. You can go there and pick up your tickets. All right? Nice. Or you can WhatsApp me, you can message me, say, "Ken boy, hold some ticket for me now. Hold 2 tickets, hold this on me, I'm going to hold it for you." The number of people who told me to hold tickets for them, I'm holding it for them. But you have to pay before the 15th of June. You have to pay before the 15th of June. Good? Nice. Folks, I want to encourage you to remain focused. Remaining focused is key during this time. I want to commend, because I have been noticing, I want to commend the MPs who are going out there, doing their house to house, touching base with their constituents, understanding their needs and wants, and trying to satisfy it, trying to fulfill it. I want to commend you, I want to applaud you. I've been noticing your outreach. We need to see more of that. And I think you're getting the message. You're getting the message. So kudos to you. Thumbs up to you. Take a bow. We appreciate what you're doing. We want to encourage you to continue doing it. Go out there, knock on doors, help your people, identify your people. The key thing is to identify your supporters. That's the key. You cannot please everybody. There still will be people who are going to talk bad about you, who are going to dislike you. You cannot be bothered. You have to press on. Your focus has to be on the people who support you. All right? That's key. Very important. You cannot get everybody on your side. Those NNP supporters, as it gets closer to the election, they're going to gravitate towards the NNP and the party. I have been in this politics long enough to know that. All now, they playing, they like you, they playing, they're on your side. Those NNP supporters. Because in their mind, they think they will be better off. Those NNP supporters think that they will be better off still if NNP is in power. Those NNP supporters. That's how they think. You have to understand how they think. So it is critical that those MPs understand that. Those NNP supporters, they're going to pretend. They want you to believe that they're on your side. They're not. They want things. They want you to give them materials. They want the house to be repaired, or they want some new house, or they want some promotion, or they want some help for this one, or help for that one. They want to live good, those NNP supporters. That's how they function. So the NDC MPs and NDC members, you have to understand, when you go there, look for your supporters, your people. Your people. That is key. You can't be too nice in this politics. You can't be. Because when stupid season comes around, those NNP who used to play things around you, they're going back close to their party. Because they're thinking, you have to understand the mindset. They will be thinking that they stand a better chance with their party being in power. Even if they're pretending to you and making you believe that they're on your side, they're not. They're crooked. And they're tricky. You have to learn them. Not everybody will come to you and say, that they support you and they like you, they follow you. No. Nope. No, sir. NNP and them, you have to learn them. You have to understand them. So I've been noticing all the MPs, they're underground. When you're out there, don't try to please everybody. Identify your supporters, identify the NDC supporters, identify those in the middle who are now supporting you, and crunch your numbers. It's simple like that. And the resources that is being poured into St. George North West Keith Mitchell constituency, you hear me? That resource or resources could go in St. Patrick East, it could go in St. John, it could go in St. Patrick West, it could go in other constituencies. In St. George Southeast, you can take those resources and put there. You hear me? Don't try to believe that you could overnight change these people. No, it won't happen. And people tend to change when they're under pressure. You hear me? If you're too nice with them, they become comfortable. If you apply pressure, change will come. It will take some time, but it will come. Because Keith Mitchell been there and still there as the MP 40-something years. And that constituency is in a mess. You can't clean that up. You cannot fix that in 3 years or 4 years or 5 years. Take the resources and pump it into constituencies that you stand a better chance in. Simple like that. All right? And all the constituencies are up for grab. We know, but you have to be tactical. You have to be strategic. That's key. Also, even in the United States, people are not pleased with the fact that the opposition MPs are getting $10,000 constituency allowance. That needs to cut. That needs to be removed from them. They need to be pressured. They're your political foes or enemies. They're not your friends politically. You cannot make their life or their lives comfortable. You can't. Nope. So that 10,000 constituency allowance is not going down too well with a lot of our people here in the diaspora and at home. Because if it was the NNP in power, they would not do that. They would not give the NDC MPs $10,000 constituency allowance. It's not going to happen. Nope. So we have to revisit that. Also, the news of this vehicle for MPs, this new vehicle for MPs, that should be put on hold. Because you can't make these people too comfortable. It's time to corner these people, pressure these people. Don't be nice with them. Nope. Don't be nice with them. Those opposition MPs. Because they want what you have. They want your work. They want what you have. They want to be a minister of government. So why would you try to help them to be? No. Politics is not this kind of play nice, trying to be fair, trying to be balanced, No. Nope. So you have to apply more pressure on these people. Things have to be hard for these people. It is what it is. That's politics. It's too easy for them. You increase their salary to $5,000. So it's already easy for them. They're working all about the place and they're still collecting $5,000 every month. You're giving them 10,000 constituency allowance to do their political work and other things in their constituency. You make it even extra easy for them. And then we hear about this vehicle that they're going to be getting. This needs to be revisited. You can't be too nice with these people. All right? So I'm hearing that even on the ground here in New York, it is just too easy for these people. The opposition forces. They have to be crushed politically. All right? So that is a word to the wise. I think it's sufficient. So folks, remaining focused, understanding the mission, supporting our party, supporting our MPs, encouraging them to do more for their supporters and their people. You are not a Superman. MPs, you're not a Superman. You're not a superwoman. So don't believe you could make everybody in your constituency happy. If you could make the NDC supporters happy and those in the middle who support government happy, you have done your job. You will win again that constituency. So focus on your people. Focus on your people. Focus on the NDC supporters. Focus on those in the middle who not supporting NNP, but they're supporting the government. They may not be an NDC supporter, but they're supporting the government. All right? That's important. Very, very important. Key. Support these people. Help these people. Look for these people. Identify them. Gather the required data. And let's push forward. Don't be fooled by those NNP Cribos and them. Lizards. Who, because they come and they jam you up, they play in yellow. And then when stupid season comes, they jam up their party and they turn back green. That's how they operate. That's how they operate. They're chameleons. They're very good at that. So we have to understand their mindset. Right now they want. NNP is out of power. They want. But with pressure, they're going to succumb. But if you make it easy for them, they will not. You have to pressure them. It is just too easy for these people when it comes to money. They're getting a big salary, $5,000 a month. The average person in Grenadian, how much money they get a month? $1,200? $1,500? They're getting $5,000. And they're still working, one working in a school, one says she's doing consultancy, one says she's a what? An eye specialist, a dentist or something like that. I don't know what. And the other guy, I don't know what, but they're getting $5,000. And then they're getting the $10,000 constituency allowance. So we have to work to control this, because they have to be pressured. If you want to maintain power, you have to use certain strategies and tactics to maintain it. Right? You can't make this thing too easy for them. You just can't. That's just my position. They have to be crushed politically. All right? It's just too easy. They have it too easy. Folks, I want to again say I'm here still in New York. Still in New York. All right? And let me make it abundantly clear. There are some people, because you're in New York, they want you to bring down this and bring down that. Nobody ain't getting me tied up with nothing. You hear me? Nobody ain't getting Kim Jones tied up in anything. Because there are some people who jealous. There are some people who hate this guy here. And you ain't giving me nothing to bring down for nobody. Unless I really, really know you deep, deep, deep down. When you give me packages, if you give me medication, I'm opening it. I want to see. And you have to be sealed properly. And I don't bring in nothing for people. You hear me? I don't bring in things for anybody. So please, if you have intention to say, can just bring down this, I don't bring in nothing down for nobody. All right? Simple like that. Nobody gonna get me tied up in anything. I am too seasoned for that in this system. I see my good friend, Ron Redhead, the Honorable Ron Redhead. Man, I have to give the man an extra carry on. I mean, he's a politician to bring down stuff for people. Yeah, extra luggage to bring down things. Bring that and bring that. Not Kim Jones. You hear me? I am not no politician. I don't need any. I'm not in no frontline politics. I ain't looking for no vote from anybody. All right? I'm not a politician. So don't give me anything to bring down because I'm not going to bring. I will leave it up here. Simple like that. Nobody don't getting me tied up. Nobody in setting me Kim Jones up. I have too much of sense for that. Send down your thing in FedEx and send it down in UPS and that kind of thing. All right? Simple like that. Good. Yeah, I had to get that one out Because a number of people can say, no, I'm not bringing you. Send your stuff somewhere else. You hear me? Good. That's Kem Jones. What you see is what you get. Good? Nice. So, again, I want to remind you that politics is what it is. Politics is political warfare. That's politics. Alright? Once you understand that, you're good to go. Yeah, put it in a barrel. Put your thing in a barrel and send it down. Don't call me, I don't bring it down nothing for you. We good, and we good like that. Simple. Send it by whiskey and compass. Hey, whiskey, I come up here, I hear you and see what going on with you. We good partner whiskey. Yeah. I know all you know. I know some people, you know. And bring that down and bring that down. I ain't bringing down nothing for you. Send it down on them thing. Nobody ain't putting nothing for me to catch me nothing. Not all you. Right, so folks, I want to wish you all the best. I'm still in New York. All right, to the loving and nice people up here who've always been there. If you want to link up, we will link up. All right? Still up here, and I'm here for a couple of days still. I'm up here for a couple of days. Couple of days still, I'm here in New York. So take good care. Have a wonderful day. Be good. Peace and love. Peace and love.